Howdy folks, Matthias here, and welcome back to Greedfall. When last we left off, we found Elba and found out who the real traitor was and dealt with them. And so now, oh, that's a crouch. Goodness, I'm losing my keys here. Looking at our, like, relationships. Everybody is nice or friendly towards us. I think friendly is probably, like, the highest level, it looks like. And we're pretty friendly with everybody apart from the coin guard, which I don't know how we could. I don't know how we're still friendly with the Bridge Alliance and Taleme, but we've done a lot for Knots and Natives. Coin guard has just been like dicks the whole time, and Taleme's been that way too, and Bridge Alliance or some, but they still like us somehow for whatever reason. And everybody in the party likes us pretty much. And so before we move on to getting to the council, we had some things to talk about with people. Hopefully you're not talking to a wall.
My dear child, what can I do for you?
I don't know if we had. No, this
I'll
is
see you later,
the
Father.
same
Take
stuff
care, my...
as the last time we spoke to him. Do we have any new stuff to talk about with Kurt?
Blood, my friend. Do you need something?
No, just his normal things that I'm pretty sure we've already talked to him about already.
I must leave you.
Because it seems like the inconsequential, well, not inconsequential, but it's stuff that doesn't like progress anything. It's just like a little things there to if you needed to like recap and to like, oh, it's been a while. What the hell is this character all about? What was his background? Then you have access to it. Afra, do we have anything new to talk about with you?
I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
So yeah, those are the things that we've already talked to her about. We had other options here. She liked this excursion at the cave. I'm assuming that's the cave that we saw with those, when in referring to like Duncas's village, and those two people who were like part of a ritual and such. So I think that's what that's talking about. We can ask about fellow students.
Did you have any fellow students?
Of course. We were but a small group working with Dr. Vasili, but we were encouraged not to get too close to each other. It was more of a competition. Why? What's on your mind?
We can ask whether she felt alone or whether she shared her knowledge with the others. I don't know. Out of those two options, I feel like this is the more option to start Ava go with to, but I don't know if that's like I don't know how he's gonna say this. And that's always a problem with dialogue stuff, right? She just talked about how it was more of a competition than it was like building relationships and friendships and things of that nature. So it was like survival of the fittest type atmosphere, and compromise and morals and just things that weren't about the work were for the weak is kind of what I'm gathering from the little bit that she's talked about that kind of thing. So it definitely could be a lonely feeling, not having any friends and everyone's out to get you type thing. And the sharing the knowledge with others is something that we're probably not, because anything she learned, if she shared it with the others, could be used against her, or it's something that she felt that she earned. Like she learned this on her own, and so it's something that she earned, and so to just give it away and share it with someone else without them, earning it the way that she did is something that she probably wouldn't do. So we'll go with this option, and we'll see where it leads.
I wondered if you didn't feel alone at times.
Do you mean intimate relationships? I had a few here and there, but that did not change how lonely I felt. Body and mind have different needs, even though for some they seem to be one and the same. Anything else?
Okay, so that's not too bad. That's about what I wanted from that encounter, for that conversation. Alright, so what about the excursion at the cave?
How did you feel when we visited the cave?
Astonishment, I think. I felt as if I had reached my goal, as if I was finding a long-lost treasure. It was strangely moving, I think. What about you?
Alright, tell her you're happy to be with her, you would prefer to be alone. You feel as if you learned a lot. So yeah, definitely not that. Because this is not... It doesn't seem... With the way that we've been going about talking and interactions, it hasn't been very... There hasn't been any, like, spark of romance or anything like that between them. So it's, just budding friendship type stuff. So, happy to be with her. That's kind of, like, in the middle, where it's more of a friendship thing, or it feels if you learned a lot, kind of just like puts it down. I don't know. So I would say happy to be with her.
It was a moving moment indeed. And I was happy to be able to share it with you.
I am also happy I have found someone to share these discoveries with. When I'm with you, I feel as if I'm learning differently, feeling new things, and I'm very grateful to you for that. Anything else?
Right. And are these some things that we talked about earlier? Maybe. They're closely connected. They're closely linked to things that we've talked with her before. So I don't know if that'll go into the same paths or not. But we went into those two categories that were there originally, and so we'll stop there and go back to it later. Alright, we have anything for you, Vasco? You will head over here, away from the door, so I don't accidentally leave.
Glad to see you, my friend. Can I do anything for you?
Alright, so we can ask him. We thought of his brother, we had heard of his family. I can't remember if we've already talked about these or not. Let's see.
What did you think of your brother? Meeting him in such circumstances must have been upsetting.
I had high expectations for this encounter. I was naively hoping for some emotional reunion, and I found myself in front of a conceited and selfish idiot. Need I say more?
Tell him all brothers are alike. Tell him that this encounter allowed him to assert himself. The reality tends to be disappointing. I don't know. Sardet doesn't seem the cynical type with everything we do, and he's definitely been more naive than cynical with the way quests have been going. So we can tell him not all brothers are alike.
Not all brothers are alike, especially when they've led such different lives.
Indeed. At least this regrettable adventure allowed me to find out who I am. Thank you for your help. You were very patient with me. Did you want anything else?
Yeah, okay, so... You'd ever heard about his family? Sure.
Have you ever heard about the Darcys before?
No, I had not. As you know, there are many noble families in Serene, and there was a time when a lot of them had to give a child to the Nords.
Tell them that they would certainly be proud to see the man he became, or tell them about the Darcys. So, do we hit him with a dose of reality, or do we... Or do we try to just have a nice lie? I think he's definitely in, with the way Vasco has been talking, he seems pretty, like, set in his identity now. Like he says, he knows who he is and what he wants out of life and all those things. So it doesn't make sense if you're if Desardet's in this situation wanting to be a good friend to try and put butter him up with the falsehood, right? Because if he wants to be a real friend, real friends tell the truth, right?
I don't remember your family very well, but I could try to tell you about them if you want.
I would have loved to have met them, but I'm afraid that hearing about them may only reopen old wounds. You're a good person, de Sardet, and I'm touched by your solicitude. Did you want anything else?
Alright, so now we have 2 more options for later.
I'm
We'll get those at hopefully another point. Siora, I don't... It may be a thing where, because she's only at the nice... I'm crouching again, sorry, Siora. Oops. I am just pressing all sorts of bad buttons today. Because she's the only character that's at nice, maybe we have to be at friendly before we have more of those options pop up. But we'll see, because Afra, it seems that since we're at max relations with her, we have access to all those options. The same thing with Vasco and Kurt and Petrus. I think Petrus, maybe we've gone through everything. It's not as in depth because he's more of a mentor, and Kurt's more like a brother, older brother, and so they don't have as much in terms of those options as the people that we've just met, right, in this adventure that we've been on. All right, enough diddly-dallying. Who are we going to take with us? How are we going to compose our team? Who do we want with us? We definitely want Siora. Kurt, Afra, Petrus, Don Quixote, no. I think... Let's go Afra and Siora. Let's go with them. Let's head off to that name. Let's head to Door. The Heart's Gates. If I could remember that that's what it means in the Merchant Congregation speech, then it'd be good to do that. Alright, are you gonna stop us? Yes, you are.
You have returned. The rule is still the same, you know.
Don't worry, I got my VIP pass.
Here is the seal of the Denegad Katasach of the village of Wenchavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and find it worthy. Enter. You are welcome.
Yay! I get to meet the band backstage. Hello.
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am de Sardet, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Sardet's
Your
nervous.
merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasach. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin, as well as many other people on our island, suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that only Enon Miel Frictamen can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasach sent you to see me?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your soul.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And this cavern is guarded, I suppose.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not always the best. It is a path with many forks.
So we can sneak
I
through
hope
crevices.
you will prove that you understand the spirit of our people and our island. Go now. Show us your true face, and return purified by the waters of the cavern.
Alright, and we don't ask him about anything. Ask him more about God of a Thousand Faces or Million Faces. I forget already.
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word God is too small to hold him.
Ooh.
He is Tir Fradi in all and everything. The wisdom of his people, the gentleness of his rivers, the strength of his volcano. You are looking for wisdom to heal Renaigse, but you still see it with the eyes of a sort of Donegat. He is much more than that. He is the essence of all life, of all magic, the spring.
Alright. How about the sanctuary?
What can you tell me about the sanctuary?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face, and still seen by all of you. Enol Mil Frictimen. I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him. And still none of us have ever entered.
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings. And so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves. We must remain impartial.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find inside?
The heart of the island beats near here, the volcano. And I know that it is a place full of life.
Okay. And the role of the council, they kind of talked about that. They're supposed to remain impartial in all matters related to the island. And so, I don't know if we need to go into that. We understand that
leave.
enough.
Goodbye.
Qua awelem seg.
It's not pertinent to what our goal here is. So now we gotta go and head to a certain place.
You have spoken to Glendon as you wanted. What more can I do for you?
Yeah, I guess we'll ask about the trial. Give us a little, give us some hints.
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The High Kings and Queens. It is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal the makings of your soul.
Interesting. So that's a
One
nice
way
hint.
is through strength, the other by ruse and heart. But I know no more than this. The trials are kept secret. Anything else?
What if that has
Nothing
an
else, thank you.
effect
I need to leave.
Good luck. And do not lose yourself in your own reflection.
on how the story goes? If there's like we can be corrupted or things like that. I'm not sure. Okay, so it's just right around here. So where we gotta go? Question is, we gotta go up and around, right? Yeah, we're too close to the volcano to see it now. Up we go. I'm excited for this. Can't wait. This seems interesting and may have some neat
Siora, do you
ways
know
of going
anything
about
the
things.
trial that awaits us inside?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response, even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed, And there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
So yeah, if it's like avoid combat, definitely think that our Sardet is definitely someone who is like violence as like a last resort. He's always tried to come to an understanding with people before getting out.
These beasts are feeding on that carcass. If only we could pour some sleeping potion on it.
Right. Were you like able to hide and do it? Can't wait for it to turn around. Get. Hey.
I do not have a sleeping potion on me.
Oh, we don't. Damn it. We don't have a sleeping potion on us. You kidding me? Shit. What, going into inventory? Oh, God. You gotta be kidding me. Well, thanks, game. No, I had no choice in this matter. I don't like that. That's gonna be a problem. We don't have access to like a crafting bench anywhere. I guess we could have like left, but we didn't know, and we didn't have the thing. So I'm not a person who's like a save scummer who just like goes back. It's like, how do we not have? We have tons of potions. How do we not have sleeping potion? But yeah. So whatever happens, happens. Into the cave for the trial. Alright. Look at those bats. Just stay away from those bats. Oh, can we make it?
I need a bit of practice.
We can't make it. We're gonna have to fight bats. We sneak and not do it? Yeah. Screw you, bats. No fighting. Alright, we can't go up that way. Point of no return. Alright. Next phase. Alright, is this like the final thing?
Watch
Like
out, Anadai!
Look at the basin and the symbols around it. Given the islanders' taste for rituals and enigmas, I think you should touch the water.
There's... One of those. I don't like those. Alright, so what's this to touch the water? What is that, like a baby? Looks like a fetus, looks like fire, looks like the sun, looks like wind. Can't see what this is. This might be just like darkness. I can't see it. This looks like fire from heaven, and that looks like frost. Alright, let's see.
You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the
Wait a minute,
lightning-struck
what?
tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides,
Did it
keys
skip
for
something?
the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me. Suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated. And I was suddenly with you again.
Okay. I don't know if anything skipped there. Assuming, yeah.
I need a bit of practice.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight the Guardian. Did I just, like, miss, like, the, intuition paths? It seemed like there were only vigor paths. Vigor 2, level, vigor 3, and, then, like, a science thing, if we had the right potion, which we did not. So, I don't know. That wasn't enough options. 2 options isn't an option. Especially when you can't do them. Good lord, that is freaky. Dagnabbit. Hey there. You gonna let us pass? No? Yes? Nope. Solve the mystery of the source.
Grenade!
Did we not? Oh my gosh. Ow, 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 ow. Can we get out of the way? I want to do this. I'll do this. Take him down.
Close to is Richnestiri. You've no magic left. Drink a potion.
No, you don't. Oh boy.
Be careful! You're growing tired!
Uh-huh.
Drink a potion!
You've no magic left. Drink a potion.
We're getting there. Don't worry. Did that work?
Be careful! You're
Did I
growing tired!
press the wrong thing? I think I pressed the wrong thing. Ow, ow, ow,
No
ow.
magic left. Drink a potion. Close to is Richnestiri.
Alright, definitely get out of the way of that.
You're growing tired! You should drink a potion!
Definitely armor up,
Drink a potion.
fire up.
Ready to shoot! Fire!
Can you action up? Thank you. There we go. Alright, we got its armor out.
Close to is Richnestiri.
Be careful! You're growing tired!
Oh boy.
You should drink a potion!
Got it. Down it goes. Okay. To solve the mysteries of the source? Solve the mysteries of the source. It looks like we failed that. Alright, there's nothing. We've already taken what we can. I hate that we've done all fighting to get through this.
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tirfredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Frichterman.
Well, it feels as though we failed. um, I don't know. There's like a puzzle with the pillars around the stone. I don't know if there's something that's skipped accidentally. I have to like go back and see just on my own, just so I'm not like confused.
Bertir to mad on Almanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. Enter.
Alright. Yes, we passed. Alright, Glendon, let's see what you have to say.
You have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tirfredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You have given the blood of the animals that protected the entrance to the passage. You have chosen strength a first time. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. And in the end, you have forgotten the ritual and confronted the guardian that protected the sea. This says many things about you. You have sided with strength. It is one path that others have chosen before you, but it rarely leads to wisdom. The island saw your courage, but also your brutality.
Am I authorized to encounter Enor Milfrictamen now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince them as well. Where can I find them?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then, we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Dedra, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
Oh, God.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And divorced Tirse. Mourning is a difficult time to pass.
And divorced Tirse. Thank you, Glendon.
Dedra is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlug.
I've already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigidor. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekidan Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glendan.
Kwa'awalamsek. I hope that you will find him.
Are we saying anything about stuff? Maybe not. Maybe we get outside. Because if not, I definitely want to say stuff. Game. Alright. So, based on that quest, it seems like we should have done that a long time ago. Because it talks about... Okay, now we have a next stage of Siora's quest. So yeah, that seems like very, very early on stuff. So we definitely have pushed the main quest on the back burner for all the side quests we've been doing. Because that quest is, like, at the end of this quest, it's supposedly introducing you to all these other village high kings and queens. When we've already met all of them and kind of resolved the quests that have to do with them. So I don't think Ulan is going to be very helpful to us. Dunkus should be, and I can speak to Constantine about the sanctuary. So we gotta go back to speak to Constantine for some reason. Just to check in on him. And then we got Siora stuff to do as well. But yeah, let's go and do skills right now. So why not? So we got more damage. Let's do more armor damage. And then we'll get the bullet stuff. So we have a talent. So we got full intuition, full science. And then we have 1 vigor. I think let's up charisma to level 1. And that buffs up with our capes. Alright, so we will go over and head over to see how Constantine is doing. And see if we start with Siora's quest or on the way to like talking with the other council, well, not council members, just the other leaders of villages to try and help track down one of the people to like get permission to go inside the sanctuary. So with that, we'll do all that stuff next time. Till next time, this has been Zethios signing out for now. Bye, folks. Howdy, folks. Zethios here. I'm back here to try and see if anything accidentally skipped, and also just kind of like go through the puzzle because it was kind of an unintentional, like, didn't understand what was happening, and then it turned into, well, we can't, the only way to progress is to go forward towards the Guardian. So let's see if anything else happens. So we'll go through this puzzle, and it's not going to count because it's the first way we did things is just how the things are going to be, because it's the way I play when I don't know what's going on. If I don't understand what's going on, then neither does the character, and so they progress the way that we progress, and so that's how the story's going to go.
You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides, keys for the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky.
Mm-hmm. So you're
I was
carried by the
floating,
wind.
Carried by the wind. And it was
You were
a cold
cold.
feeling. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly.
Fell to the ground, then the
And
sun
the
warmed
sun
him.
warmed me. Suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated.
Okay.
And I was suddenly with you again.
Alright, so based off of that, so now we can examine these. See, I didn't notice this before. I should have noticed this. Big old dum-dum. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go
This
wind.
stone bears the image of a storm. Or perhaps the wind.
Activate wind. The next thing we know was cold.
Here this looks like a snowflake. The snow, or maybe ice.
And then, so we got wind and cold. Then we fell. Right? What is this
This
stone?
stone is blackened. Eaten away. I think it's supposed to evoke death. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water.
Okay, a water stone. I think that's the last stone. This one
The
is
drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain.
fire.
This drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent life?
Okay, so we got wind that carries us. We were cold up there. We got thrown to the ground, but the sun warmed us.
On this stone, the sun is visible.
The sun warmed us. And then we went into water. What does that tell us? Does it tell us anything? We're able to, like, leave. We can't examine the stones anymore. We figured out what that means.
I need a bit of practice.
We can't climb out, so we still gotta fight. Is that what I'm saying? Or can we, like, just hang around? He seems very content right now. Like, his tentacles are inside now. He's, like, sucking on them like a thumb. I don't see anywhere past him. So we might have to fight him. Tame. What? What? Interesting. Very interesting. So we could tame it. And I'm assuming the vision's going to be the same. No matter what. And so I'm learning more than I want to in the first playthrough.
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Teofredi. And a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Mílfrichtemann.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess we'll talk to Glendon here for a second. And see what those things say, but then we'll stick with our original. Yep, you told me this. Once before. Oh, I couldn't get to the freaking button in time. I'm sorry.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the...
A face in the mountain.
Yep, we know
You
that.
sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of ruse and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Einon Mílfrichtemann now? To present him with my request?
If the High King
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
only a high...
I suppose that I'm going to need to...
I
Yeah,
do not
we gotta
see
talk
hiding.
about these.
There was
He's gonna tell you about all those
Yes.
different ones.
Dedra.
I've already met her.
That's some. It is said he is the chief.
Very well.
Qua'awalam said.
Okay. So I'm torn. Because going through the first single playthrough versus like me being dumb and having to go through that way versus like the way our character is set up. Because with our talents, we're very intuitive, very sciencey, we're very like we don't want, I talked about it even when we got into the cave the first time. We're not one to do conflict. So I'm torn on whether to go this direction with this run through of the place, which is the way that I think de Sardet would have done so. Because that's the way we've played the character. He's a smart, intuitive guy who doesn't go into situations half-cocked. So not doing, like, being able to solve the mystery of the Trial of the Waters would be something that he would do versus just accidentally bumble into a fight. That's more of a me thing. So I think that's probably what we're going to go with. Probably going to go with this one because it's more of what the character would do. More in line with what the character would do and not me being blind to things that I should have seen. Like, I should have noticed. I was so confused by the vision part of it, that there was no vision, that it was just going to tell us about the vision, that I was wondering, my mind was elsewhere. I was figuring that maybe something skipped when nothing skipped. It was just that they were going to tell us about the vision because we needed to hone in on the clues of what the vision was in order to solve the puzzle. And so that took me completely off guard. But anywho, we're going to get on with it here and now. So I'll see y'all then. Bye, folks.